Okay, so supposedly I'm live, which is always nice. And you don't have to contact me with a pendulum or anything. But, well, it's been quite a time. A long time stuff was happening. Just one thing. That's usually how it goes, too. I don't know. This, the shamanic stuff can be like that sometimes. And then just basic existential stuff. But I also had some friends going through some really major things that I was trying to help. Oh, Cowboy says hi. I don't know if you just heard that. But Cowboy says hello. I think before, I think before I really get into what's up, I'm going to run my lovely intro because I actually miss having my intro. I'm going to be able to work on it now. Let me see. Yay! Hi, it's Ocean making waves and navigating a lot of Mercury. Well, I was navigating Mercury. I swear, this was the craziest yet bunch of stuff. Holy carp. Leo, you made it in. Hi, somebody made it in. Somebody saw it. I didn't know if anybody'd see it after all this time. YouTube certainly doesn't let me know when people that I know are on. So I don't know how many people this is getting to, if anybody. And people tell me that they just notice I'm on. They don't get any notification. So that's just the way it's hanging right now. I'm going to see if I can push past that. There's been a lot going on. I had two friends. The reason I was talking one of the last few times I was on about gang stalking was because we were having that kind of problem with two of my friends. And one is so severe that it was, it went beyond really. He had control of every one of her communication devices, every communication with the outside world. He basically had control of all of her phones, tablet, PC, her identity. He got a hold of her kids' identities. He was working on her friends. I was on that list. So we were fighting a lot of really serious. This guy, when he goes down, he's going to have to go down hard because he's broken every freaking law. I can't talk about it too much. This is really her affair. But my God, this guy is deeply ill. And the problem is, I think he might have at one time been one of us, a coder. And because he's so smart and he's so on top of everything. And I guess, according to my friend, he was fine for a while and then suddenly turned right into a Smith and completely destroyed her everywhere. And she had a stroke. And this is the kind of thing that can happen when you see. This is why I feel better living alone. I have some friends. I don't have anybody too close that they know too much about me. That's just the way I gotta live. When, I guess it's the only safe way, that you're not harming others too. Because this guy was going down her list. So it was just terrible. The other one, it was mostly a spiritual thing, but she's also afraid to even call anybody's phone. The first one, I love you guys. I miss you so much. I wanted to get on here so many times. But I didn't know how far things were going or what, I had my whole living room got flooded, and then I had that stuff going. I had so much going on. And then my friends come to me and say, I need help. It's like, oh, no problem. I'm having a really everybody's having their, I've really got a good compared to some people though, because the first person I was talking about, her whole life he was trying to close it down. He was actually spying on her with her phones and her other devices, and every time she'd get a new one, he'd get a hold of it because he had her information. She didn't know that anything she did, he was getting a copy of for a while. And then when she figured it out, it's like, what's she supposed to do? How's she going to fix it? How you going to fix it? You go online or you call. Well, her calls would get cut off. She'd try to call me in and get cut off. She'd try to email me, text me, and she'd get cut off. And she was terrified. She was really afraid for her life too, because he was threatening her. And this is gang stalking. I'm telling you, it's much worse than anybody thinks. And this is just a private guy. This isn't a government. This is just one fella that he's kind of a genius. I swear he has got to have been a coder. He has got to have been. But he went rogue because of what he's been able to do. We've never seen anything quite like this. I've never seen it. What he's been able to do technically as a private person, he's not with the government or anything. And this is, and if you had heard all this yourself, at first I was just getting files and I didn't know I was getting files. And she finally got a message through to me, just stash these files somewhere. Don't open them because I don't want him to know anything about you. I'm just sending them so I have something left. He cleaned out every one of her photographs of all her kids and her family and everything, and all the data she had in her computer and everything she had in her drives and everything she had in the clouds. And this guy was just psycho. He's just psycho. She hasn't really finished this yet, so I can't say I can't give any names. I can't give any major details except just watch out for people. There are those out there, and we ran into a huge one this time. I'm just lucky I'm still around. I mean, I'm still able to do anything. She warned me in time, don't click anything you get from anybody weird. Just don't open it. Don't follow any links, Okay, well, I don't do that anyway. But if I had, it would have been me too. I never saw anything like this in my life. And I've seen a few things. I've seen people who could do damage. And unfortunately, it was somebody she dated. So he had all kinds of information. He had managed to get into all of her personal stuff and got into her account with her fingerprint while she was asleep. He crept in and used her fingerprint and got a copy of her fingerprint somehow. And everything she had under fingerprint, he got into. And he took her phone for a while. Oh, my phone is out of battery. I need to call. He had completely messed with her, gotten everything. It was just, oh, wow. Very, very, very scary. I don't know. Maybe he does. I don't know, Leo. I hope you guys have been okay. And the second one, I can't keep up with her. She calls from a different phone every time. She borrows people's phones because she doesn't trust phones. This rips up people's lives so much, this kind of thing. Yeah, I was thinking of that, Leo. Maybe he has a government background, or maybe he has, you know what, I met one like that too. And if I had gone any farther with him, there was one like that I was dating. But when I saw him flip, fortunately, I saw him flip before he could do anything to measure, but he did enough damage. But I cut him off before he got as far as this guy. Because this happens, man. And the second one is one of the best code rippers I've ever seen. She's afraid to even use the same phone twice. So, drama much? I'd say so, but what are you going to do? So, here I am, Miss Shaman, trying to help these people. Obviously, they need some kind of help. I'm a designer mostly. Now, person one, she said that they actually had a language going back and forth. For a while, their love letters were all equations, being geeks. And that's how he wooed her, as he was so smart. She's another one of these that really gets impressed by a big brain. Huge frontal lobes. Ooh. But yeah, that's how he got her. Apparently, that's how he impressed her. Yes, he was very, very smart. But the problem is, one of those turns bad, you really got when they're evil geniuses, then you really got a problem. Oh, and then, you meet the other kind that are the spiritual kind of geek that know how to do things spiritually, that know how to dream walk and, remotely affect things. That's a whole nother, and you're like, that's the one you can't even tell people about that one. You can't even begin to tell people. I mean, any of these people think you're kind of nuts anyway when you first start. But then when you try and tell them about the spiritual kind, then they really call into question your sanity. And what do? Person B went in for observation for a little while. Honestly. And she got out, of course, but I mean, but it disrupted her life. It sure did. It sure made hash of her life. Oh my God. Yeah, Leo, sometimes I think so too. I think sometimes they just were always bad, but they had such a good camouflage going on. Because I know mine, the one that I ran into, he did have a pretty good camouflage going on. But I wasn't fooled forever. I'm naturally mistrustful, which good for me. I have to be. There's no other way that I would have made it this long. And try to tell people about this kind of drama, and they just think you're making drama. Come on, that doesn't really come on. Oh, really? Whatever happens to you, you'll figure it out. Then you'll probably come run into someone like me, try and help you out of it. That's what usually happens anyway. Yeah, this is why I am so mistrustful. I don't trust hardly anything. I am so careful. I mean, if somebody comes on and says, "Hey, beautiful," it's like, oh, whoa, what's going on here? Not that maybe my picture isn't beautiful, but it's like, I wonder what they want. First thing that springs to my mind. What do they want? Quite often they do want something, but everybody's looking for something, as the song says. Whew. Well, look at my channel is pretty devastated. Nobody probably even knows I'm on but you, Leo. You're the only one in here now. I had a pretty good start. We had a lot go on, though, didn't we? I mean, for me to start something like this, to trust even enough to start a channel like this, It took really a lot of guts because this kind of thing, it's not unheard of at all. And it's been part of my life for a long time. And I try and keep my consciousness up above things, but stuff happens. If you let it drop, stuff will slam you so hard. I've got more to do, but I'm okay right now. My place is dry. And fortunately, some of my artwork is toast, though. Most of my furniture is intact. I guess I got off pretty easy compared to some people. Some people, the flood really hit them. And I don't buy what they're telling us it was. It did it. A broken air conditioning unit that built up a lot of ice and affected 5 apartments. Hey, Kira. Yeah, yeah, that's plausible, right? One broken air conditioning system flooded 5 apartments in my whole freaking living room. And the person next to me was really floating. Yeah. Hi, Lucy. I was trying to explain what's been happening. We have had the weirdest crap, but Lucid, I think you would understand some of it. 2 of my friends have had major gang stalking. And me, I'm trying to stay high and dry. And one guy was an evil genius, literally an evil genius, and had totally took over. Person 1 and person 2, I dare not name them. Person 1's identity, and her kid's identity, and was going through her friends list. Yeah. A genius, an evil genius, a true evil genius. She has called governmental agencies. At first, they didn't believe her. It's too crazy. She had to keep using different phones. The person 2 has to keep using different. She uses a different phone every time she tries to get in touch. Incredible. If I can't even tell you half of it. Half of the crazy stuff. He had every one of her files. He stole her fingerprint and got into every locked everything. Every digital thing he could get into with her fingerprint, which was everything. And she couldn't even call out without it going to him too. And he would break in and he would drop the calls. Major. Extensive. Yeah, what happened to all my mods? I don't know. Oh, you mean the problems? Neither one, as far as I know. Neither of them had anything to do with it that I know of. This is a whole different set of crazy people. Yeah, I know. It's scary. There's more of them out there. Hi, Kira. It's okay, Kira. I survived. I always do. They can't kill me. Come on. You know, I get too close of a beat on you, I'll just unwrite your coat, motherfucker. You can't kill me. They've certainly disrupted things. Those things have gotten really, really disrupted. But I'm back. So, it wasn't me particularly. I don't think I was actually being stalked. I was just one of the people on the list. So it wasn't particularly me, but since I was a help, somebody who was a help, yeah, that kind of puts me like right in the spotlight as somebody you need to get rid of so that you can further attack your victim. So, right now, I don't know how it's going to hang out. But I'm glad to see some of you. Lucid Zone and Kira, I'm so glad to see. I missed you guys. I missed you so much. I couldn't say what was going on, though. I wasn't even sure what was going on. It was so confusing. I just knew a lot of really weird shit was happening, not all on the spiritual plane. Some of it was on the spiritual plane. It was funny because one friend was mostly physical. It was mostly digital. The war was all digital with her, and mental. He tried all kinds of, like he would actually come on to her phone. Oh, he got control of an Alexa, I think. Oh, and he'd come onto her phone and say, "Are you thinking of me? I hope you're thinking of me. You're in the bathroom, aren't you? I can see you." That kind of creep. Ew. Shivers. Yeah. Hi, Richard. Hi, Poco. Um, so, hey, Poco. Haven't seen you here before. What's up? Um, so, you know, I don't want to make the whole show about gang stalking, but it's real and it can get real serious real quick, man. And you don't have to be a spy. You don't have to be somebody working for the government. You don't have to be anything like that. You can just be a person with an opinion, you know? Although I think one of them might have gotten a little too close to Elon Musk because she was kind of close, not real close, but she kind of had down the line. So I kind of think maybe that might have had something to do with it, but I'm not sure. That might have been part of the problem is what kind of friends or enemies would he have? What kind of enemies would he have? You know, really smart ones, I guess. I mean, considering his level. The other one's very brilliant. You know, and it's funny because the brilliant people get it a lot of times. They really get challenged. And when you have brilliantly evil people, it's what do you do about it? Well, anyway, I survived another round, another 2 rounds. Go Super Cyan. Yeah. So I'm feeling better. I've been taking Ztox every day religiously. I pray it works. No, no, I mean, I've been taking it really regularly. It's been helping a lot, clear a lot of this stuff out. Sad thing is, I want to say, like we've been saying, magnets, help with the nanobots, and it helps reorient your blood right, because our blood gets all out of kilter with this electrosmog and stuff. And so having the magnotherapy actually helps the iron in your blood orient itself right. It's like having structured water. Your body's water. So you run it between the magnets and you end up with structured water in your body. Only stands to reason, right? So that's great. Problem is, and I hope this is not a code word, but the black gooey stuff is attracted to magnets. So we got to come up with something else. And magnets make it do weird things. So we're going to have to come up with something else for that. But we will. We always do. We always do. You know, it's just. And nature is already, I hear that nature is already coming up with some, I don't have all the particulars yet, is coming up with some hacks itself, for the animals and for nature in general, and even for us. One of them being now let's see, how does this go? I'll do it the best I can. The amount of I'm trying to think how I would explain this. Basically, the environment itself is becoming inhospitable to GMOs. The very environment is beginning to reject GMOs. And nature is making itself inhospitable to GMOs. I told you. That's the short of it. The rest of it is real long scientific, a lot of stuff. But basically, nature is putting her foot down and saying, all right, that's it. I'm going to have an environment you're not going to be able to live in. How do you like those apples? She's always got the aces. They should know better. Anyway, just so you know. So, things aren't all down in the crapper. I think really the changes that are happening need to happen, have been needing to happen. I mean, we don't need any more poisonous food. So, yeah. So, well, turns out the GMO is missing some very vital things and cannot even hold the same vibration as a natural plant. Therefore, that's its weakness. And that's also one of the reasons why it's so toxic to us. It doesn't have the vibration of a natural plant and cannot hold that vibration. And therefore, nature is basically changing the playing grounds in our favor. So those of you who are not altered by any vacations, by any pokes, good for you. Only thing we have to worry about is the protein spikes. And I do have on the MeWe site, on MeWe, I do have video by the guy who invented the mRNA technology, and he says this is being misused. He never intended it for this, and he doesn't recommend it for what it's being used for. It's very dangerous. And he did talk about the protein spikes. People won't listen, though. People won't listen. I tried to tell somebody that in the old days, and he tried to tell me about how he was a kid and his life was saved in chicken pox and stuff. And I said, dear, when I was a kid, okay, I'm just going to say I'm 20 years older than you, over 20 years older. This is how it was when I was a kid. Mumps, chicken pox, measles. They were called childhood diseases because we all got them. And in many cases, we got them on purpose because there are things that don't really harm you so much when you're young, but will if you catch them when you're older. So what our parents did, and I kid you not, they would take us when somebody got the chicken pox or the measles or the mumps. They would take us to play with those neighborhood kids so we could all get the disease at the same time and all get over it. And then we would be immune and safe from when we were adults. We didn't have shots for it. That's how we rolled. And you either lived or you died, but I never knew anybody who died of any of those. Everybody, but then again, they had a good food supply. We still had a real food. We still had real water. We still had, real air. I mean, we didn't have all the disadvantages of now. Now we like to think we're better off. We're really way worse off. So, yeah. Okay, love to you too, Kira. Have a wonderful dinner. Don't worry, I'm not saying any of this to worry you because we're coming out of this. We're going to come out of this. We're going to be okay. Yeah, nature is not going to go down. You think nature's going to let them get by with this entirely? No. No. She's not weak. She knows what she's doing. Thing is, for impact on us, yeah, there's going to be some impact. But nature as a whole, she's going to be okay. She's going to find a way around it all. She always does. She's brilliant. We live on a brilliant in a brilliant realm. Whether you want to believe it's a planet or something else. The spirit, the being associated with this place that we live on is very benevolent and wise. And don't forget that. And then there's always God, which I still believe in, and nobody can convince me otherwise. And we're part of that. A lot of times I will say, show me the God in this, because there's God in everything. There has to be. If you are a divine unlimited being, then you are everywhere. You are not limited to one locality. You are not limited to one time or place. And there are people who say, oh, no, this is, there are some people who say, oh, you can only be in one. If you're this kind of consciousness, you can only be in one place at a time. And it's like, no, it's not true. Unless you look at it this way. Okay, but first, before I go into that, let me prove to you that you exist in more than one place right now. If you go in your mind to somewhere you've been, or an event or a time, and you're feeling it and you're seeing it and you're being there, then you're there. If I can remote view and affect things, I'm there. It's like when I was talking on the phone, helping somebody with their spiritual troubles, and I was also at her house affecting things. That's being in more than one place at a time. Of course, we can be at more than one place at a time. We're divine, unlimited beings. I can be in more than two places at a time. I've done it. I had to do it. Sometimes they give you pop quizzes. I didn't know I could do it, but I guess I can. When pedal comes to the metal, beep, when the rubber hits the road, whatever you want to say, I can do that. Why? I'm an unlimited creator being, and so are you. It's not just me, not just a few of us. If you're a real person, you can do that. You just have to learn to do it. And you just have to get over it in your head that you're not. You've gotten all kinds of brain wipes and mind control and all kinds of junk to tell you that you're different, that you're limited, and it's like, it's bullshit, okay? No, we're not. And I even have to clear it on a regular basis that I'm limited. I still have my issues that I'm working on that were installed. But if you open your mind to it, you can learn to do all this stuff. I'm told we could even be levitating and even flying if we could wrap our heads around the fact that we could do that. Crazy as that sounds. Thank you, Lucid. Yeah. The first time I ever tried traveling, I ended up not in a good neighborhood. I ended up seeing this really ugly face in front of me that was cranky. He said, "What are you doing here? Get out of here. You're not supposed to be here." It scared me so bad I didn't do it for a while. To this day, I'm not sure what that was, but I think wherever I was, whatever situation I was in at the time, it was a bad hood, so to speak. And if you're in a bad hood, you're going to have stuff like that. So, it's like, yeah, I went through that. I didn't get it all benign. Some people have this, oh, everything's benign. And it's like, wow, how did you get it like that, dude? I'd love to have it like that. Man, if it was that easy, everything I got, I had to be really persistent and fight my way through. Yeah. Like a troll. Yeah. Like a psychic troll. There you go. Honestly. So just letting you know, there are some really bright spots. Nature is itself. Remember, like an avatar, nature itself rose up against the oppressors. Okay, we got to keep telling nature what's going on. We got to keep telling God and nature what's going on here and keep saying, hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. What are we going to do about this? We need some help with this. Because it's a lot for one person to deal with, even though we're unlimited. We've been taught to think in such a limited way. Time, space. Now, there is one way in which you could look at this. On the plane of oneness, which I've been to, everything is one. Everything is one thing. All time is now and every place is here. In which case, that's the plane of oneness. So, as we're playing this game with ourselves, We're playing with ourselves. As we're playing this game, um, it's sure going to feel like we're in more than one place because that's the way it's designed. So it's confusing, but you're just going to have to get around that somehow. You got to wrap your head around all this. It gets even more confusing as time goes on. 222, 222. Ooh, what's happening that day, Lucy? Do you have something for us? Do you want to come in? Oh, you're getting married. You're getting married. To who? Holy carp. That's wonderful. You found somebody you trust enough to marry. That's wonderful. Wow. Good luck with that. I hope it works out. That would be great. Congratulations. Wow, it's nice to hear that that can happen. I don't know that it'll ever happen in my case. Kind of late in the game for it. I guess I'm not out yet, but I don't know. Somebody just tried to fix me up with somebody recently. The very last kind of person that I would ever have anything to do with. The very last. One of my neighbors from the old hood tried to fix me up with this guy. Now, this is the woman who, in the old hood, she was held up at gunpoint in her apartment for a couple of days. You'd think she would have learned something. But she was had this guy, and I guess he was a 3-time loser and had been to prison 3 times, and he was out, and he was turning over a new leaf, and blah, 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 blah. And she was trying to sell him to me as maybe if I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I got out of there as quick as I could. I'm nice to everybody, but that was just creepy. I mean, he kept hitting on me. And so you have an apartment? Yeah, I have an apartment. Well, it's near here. It's down the way. Just, God, it was creepy. And she was acting like she was doing me some kind of a favor. It's like, you don't even understand, honey. I mean, guys way better than him, I'm suspicious of, okay? Jonathan Roseberry. Hi, Jonathan Roseberry. What a cool name. You're going to be Lucid Roseberry. You're going to be a Roseberry. Cool. Oh, I'm so jealous. No, that's wonderful. Wow, it's nice to know that can happen. Where did you meet? I want to hear about it. You don't have to say it here, but I want to hear all about it someday. I'll call you, or you call me, or something. My phone has been running out of battery quickly, and I think that's, part and parcel of some of this stuff that's been going on. But I've been running out of battery myself too, but I am feeling better. Gradually, whatever was going on is now beginning to subside, and I'm taking my Zetox daily and clearing. Of course, Zetox is the micronized zeolite. Got to get the micronized kind, or it's not going to do that much for you. The micronized zeolite. It also has B12 in it, and I would recommend everybody take a little extra B12 because everything, even the meat eaters, are having trouble having enough B12. We're all deficient in certain things. Right. That's true, Leo. See? It's because the GMOs don't have the same vibration. Or, as one person said, they don't sing the same song. They don't sing any song. They sing no song. Every plant has a vibration, sings a song. And the plants teach each other songs. But the plants cannot teach a GMO plant any song. They have no song. They have no vibration. Yep. And it's not that they have no vibration. That's probably missaid. It's that they do not have the same as natural life. They definitely are decidedly artificial. The plant's waving. No, you can send me some links, folks. I've been leaving some links on MeWe. I hope you got them. One of them is the guy that invented mRNA research, telling us that it's a bad idea what we're using it for. That he never intended it to be used like this, you know. Yeah. Oh, my cat? Cowboy. Oh, Cowboy is such a sweetie, but he's a scaredy cat. He's a little scaredy cat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lucid, the rice experiment. What, did you see my little baby cake back there, or just the noises? Oh, cool. Yeah, send me a link. I've got him, he's on my Mr. BB333 I'm subscribed, but I didn't see that one. Not a blue wrench. I don't know where all my blue wrenches went. Let me see if I can get y'all on the tuber, the Uber tuber. And if I can, I will appoint some more mods. So let me see. Live. So let me see. Okay, let me see if I can make you mods. I'm gonna make you mods. Yes, I will. Okay. That was horrible. Add a moderator. There you go. And Lucid is now a moderator. Okay. So now I have two mods here. I think Richard is just maybe listening, or maybe he took off. Hello, Jonathan. By the way, nice to meet you. Yeah. Congratulations. I hear that you're tying the knot. That's cool. I'm so glad that that can still happen. Oh, to date, I have never found anybody to trust enough. But it might just not be for this life. I don't know. The person that I could have probably been with has gone on. A couple of them that I probably would have been okay with, they're passed on. So, I don't know. I just hold everything open and just expect nothing in particular. Keep imagining that the best could happen. And for now, I got little cowboy to cuddle with. He's a good kitty. I got a song. I'm gonna try and get a file that I can sing along with, but I sing songs to all my cats. Thank you. Yeah, we still need communal hobbit homes. We need our hobbit homes. I'm gonna sing the song. It's silly. He's a cow spot cat. Nothing wrong with that. Never rode a horse, but he's got a hat. He's a cowboy who's never seen a cow, except in his burgers and his beef cat chow. Gets his food fulfilled when he says meow. Being a kitty's okay, it sure must be. Being a kitty's okay. He likes me to sing to him. That's one of his songs. Speaking of songs. So, my little kitty. The other one is Mr. Catman. Mr. Catman, bring me your purse. I need a kitty with soft silky fur. Little pink nose. I can't do it. It's too. He's my little Manx Mellow. I need a kitty with soft silky fur. Two big green eyes and a little pink nose. I want to tickle his bean-shaped toes. Catman, I was alone. Didn't have a kitty to call my own. Please turn on that purr machine. Mr. Catman, I need good dreams. And he likes it. He likes to be sung to. He's cute. He's just so cute. He'll make the loudest purrs, when I reach down and I pet him on his neck and under his chin. He's like, I don't think, and he's, you know what? I got a neighbor though, the neighbor that tried to fix me up with Mr. Three Time. He hides from her. He won't come out. She wants to see him because she's the one that talked me into taking him in the first place. It was her neighbor, next door neighbor's cat. But honestly, he won't come out to see her. He won't go near her. She also got the, but he won't see her. He did. He's cute. He's a cute boy. There he is. I see him. And his spot, it's a weird thing about this cat. His spots change. And he's, and I bet he was kind of scared. Somebody said, you're the one that said he kind of scared him. He's a white cat, so, with a little bit of black on him. So, yeah, he's white. So, first, you might not know what you're looking at. But he's got really weird spots. Like, he's got two spots on his side. He's got print on his forehead that looks like a couple of butterflies facing each other, or maybe one butterfly, but one is I'll have to show you. And then on his back is something too. On his butt is something I'll have to show you, cute. But his two side spots, and they're only on one side, and they change. They change shape so much that you wouldn't even believe that this was possible. But when he moves around and he does stuff, these spots change shape so much that they're like an entirely different cat. It is so weird, man. I've got pictures of it too. I'll show you. He's in the corner of the screen. Yeah. Yep. One of 3 or 4. Okay. I can't click it right now, but I don't think I can anyway. Or if I do, let me try. See what happens. I'll try open it in a new tab and then just not go there until later. Oh, I can do that on this. I can do this on this wonderful. Hey, Ken. Ken made it in. I didn't see you, Ken. I didn't see you come in. Hi there. So, anyway, I just wanted to fill you in on why the long time no see. Been a lot going on. And if you play it back, crazy shit. That's all I can say. To be very plain about it, plain spoken about it. But now that I have my PC back, oh, and now I finally am at the point where the electrosmog doesn't bother me as much now. I think we've gotten it. I'm not. I think I'm stronger against it now. I seem to be a lot stronger against it. So we've gotten that far, at least. I still turn it off though when I'm sleeping, because otherwise I have really weird dreams if I manage to sleep. So yeah, he is a sweet little guy. So it was the right thing to do to take him in. And he's very grateful for his life and his home. He loves it here. He lets me know all the time that he loves it here and he loves me. He just loves to be with me. He has to touch me while I'm asleep, and while he's asleep, he has to be touching me. He, even if he's not, sometimes he likes to cuddle my arm. He's a sweetie. But he does some really funny things. I'm gonna continue to put some of his videos on this channel, but I'm thinking of giving him his own channel because he's really cute. He's cute. Oh yeah. You know what? A lot of weird stuff happened after the crystal grid got disrupted. After the flood, I had people come in and taking stuff out of here. My crystal grid went, and it got weird. I had to redo my crystal grid. So, yeah, but then I didn't have the stones. The stones disappeared. See, they had to put my stuff in storage while they were working on the place. So I was confined pretty much to just using the bathroom, the bedroom, and the kitchen. That was it. They made a bubble over the living room because they know I have allergies, and didn't want me to have the dust and mold and all that. So, boy, the cat was sure pissed off. He missed his sunny window, you know, and looking out the window, and he would sit and actually, there's a video of him complaining about it and complaining to the management, being a total Karen. I want this window, you know, I want my window back. What is this thing doing here? Can't we do something about this? big plastic thing over the living room. But yeah, he's really happy to have the front room again to play in. So you got to hold of Joey. That's cool. Oh, baby kangaroo. How cute. Hmm. Oh, and I have a new deck of cards. I got to say, I have a new deck of cards called the Northern Lights cards. So I'll be pulling those out at some point. It's like, please, please, Mr. Rotman, please, please, human. They're coming to get me. Help me, please. I've seen two males fight in a video, and wow, it's freaky. It's freaky to watch them. They look, they have the almost humanoid. So, oh, geez, don't tell me I'm going to start that. Some of the movements, it's just so surreal to watch them fight. Yeah, I got a new deck, and I got it for I think only like $7 or something over at Einstein's. That look like they never even been used. And I got to start selling things again though, because all of that, it was expensive. That was an expensive, expensive, expensive time. So I'm going to have to get back into the selling stuff. I got bunches of stuff though, stored up that I've been kind of waiting until I had this back again, because it's really hard to do anything on a phone. I was going nuts trying to do streams on my phone. Yeah. Well, I also, from the same place, I also got all these picture frames for $3 a piece so that I can protect my pictures, my originals. Now I'm going to put them all in frames so that they can be a little more protected, because I almost lost my art, my originals, and I have some very nice originals. So that really worried me. So I managed to scarf some really nice frames, and so I'm going to be looking for frames when I go. Yeah. And I also got this beautiful wicker side table for my nightstand for my bedroom. My headboard's wicker, and I have a wicker shelving thing in there. And I also found a wicker um, clothes hamper, really old one. My parents had one just like this. This one, it's very vintage. This thing's got to be almost 50 years old or more. So yeah, I love wicker. So my room is really looking better. Actually, I have redone my living room. You can't see it right now. I don't have the lights all back where they need to be, but I've redone my living room. So it's different now, and it's working better than it did. So I actually got some benefit out of it, because they had to help me put the furniture back, and I had them put it back where I want it. And it's actually in a better configuration than it originally was. So I'm really happy about that. And there's some other nice things going on. And one of my geekier friends came over and rewired this old. I was wondering, how am I going to do this? Because I get so tired of trying to figure out all the rewiring thing. And he did it. He's a geek. He did it. So one of my geeky friends showed back up, and it's nice. Thank God. Things are going to work out, I'm sure. It's just sometimes it's a challenge to hold on until they do, because that was a long time, folks. That was a long time. And you know, I missed you guys. I really did. I'm going to be streaming more now that I got this set up finally back. Yeah. And I'm going to be trying to become a bigger channel and promote the channel again. Because for a while I didn't even care about that so much as just taking care of you guys, and stuff that was coming up for us. But I realize now I really need to expand because I don't think we found everybody yet that I need to find. I don't think everybody's found us yet. So I'm going to have to expand again. So we'll see. We'll see. I've got some new songs, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get them produced. I don't really have that equipment. The production stuff I've had to let slide for a while now. I don't like that because I really like producing things. But I haven't stopped writing. I've got a ton of songs. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you. Well, we do have some cool stuff coming up. Hopefully this year is not going to suck like last year. But I want to know, Ken, if you're still on, are you still on, Ken? Because I want to know the lockdowns in Australia. I hear they're really bad and people are in camps now. They're putting COVID people in camps. Is that true? I want to hear from people who live there. Because I saw a video about it. It looked pretty dismal. It almost looked like prison. Yeah, let us hope that things go differently this year, and but people have got to stand up for themselves and not allow themselves to be pushovers. And the thing that concerns me is that people are just to go along. You know, once you lose your rights, you don't generally get them back. So you gotta keep pushing for what is yours. So let us never forget that. And for those of you who are trying to, Leo, how is the community thing going? Have you ever gotten around to that, or are things just too up in the air yet? I'm still wanting an Earth ship. We still have to have our Hobbit home community. Yeah, let freedom ring and let the truth happen. I'm afraid, though. Well, I'm not afraid. I shouldn't put it that way, but I think we're disclosure. We're the only disclosure. Disclosure is going to be us. That be us. Cool. So disclosure is us. Disclosure is among what we share, the information we share among us, and I don't think we can expect any better than what we just got as far as disclosure. Unfortunately, that's just the way that, it is. So we can just close to each other, and as long as we do, then we can keep apprised of everything. Oh, you got goats, rabbits, and chickens? Cool. That's wonderful. Yeah, goats are sure helpful, I bet you. Rabbits, chickens, yeah. And crops. Don't forget to grow your comfrey if you can. Man, that is a helpful plant. I'm looking for a good source of comfrey. Anyway, I'm glad to see you got that going. And I'm still trying to hold a fort down here. But I know eventually I'm going to move on to my beautiful airship. My beautiful new place. There'll be a new place. I don't know. I still think that we're moving what they call the 5D move. I still think that's happening in phases, in stages, or leaving the matrix, whatever you want to call it. We all know we're leaving, okay? We all know that. We all know we're getting out of the crazy land. But I think it's going to happen in stages because we've been in this so long that if we would just go into a new environment too quickly, we probably wouldn't believe it, and maybe we'd even screw it up with our old thoughts. So it has to be first we have to kind of purge all of this crap from the old messed up matrix. And that might take a little while, but I can notice things are going better. Like I said, I wake up and things are a little better. Notice little bright spots coming through. It's happening. It is happening. Yeah, you know what? There was the lady there was a scientist who was in the project, the biodome project. You know, she's the one that turned orange from eating so many yams. You'll have to look that up. But she was talking about she moved out west into a desert area. And all she did really was just let the leaves fall where they were. She didn't do like her neighbors wanted. She just let nature take its course, let the leaves fall and stay where they were on the ground, you know, and not try to make it all neat and like they expect. And before you knew it, she had this really green growing place. You know, a few years into it, she had a very beautiful yard and very enviable because really, nature knows how to do this. Been at it a long time before we came along. You know, I mean, people forget. Nature does all this. It's really when you get healed of something, it's your body doing the healing because you're built like that. And, you know, real healers know this. It's your body that does it. You're just providing a good environment for the body to do the healing, for nature to do the healing. Because we're built like that. We're built to be self-healing. But if you put us into a sick environment and poison us and all that, yeah, we're going to have problems. Yeah, then you're going to see issues. But you just give your body half a chance, it'll start to heal everything. Yes. And yeah, Leo, I mean, healers know that. Real healers know this. It's like, it's not really all this stuff, you know, people have forgotten. It's really nature. We're built to heal. And we're built also to help others heal too. We're built to help support each other, just like I said, that the plants sing each other's songs. Each plant sings plants of its kind a certain song, and it can't do that with the GMOs. So the GMOs, they're not going to live outside of captivity. They can't. I really was worried about that because they've actually got poisonous grass now. They've actually got poisonous grass that I was worried about it because what if cattle eat that? What if that gets out and cattle start eating that? You know, our animals. It's supposed to be like weed killing grass, poisonous weed killing grass. It kills its own. It's like this horrible creation, you know? Whoa. And trees that kill insects, if they're poison, they're going to kill other things too. Imagine trying to burn wood off of that and poisoning everybody. I mean, you know, it's absolutely Frankensteinian what's going on, and it needs to be stopped because people are abusing it. I mean, you can't just do this stuff all stupid and think it's going to come to a good end. It's just making it harder for us to live. So, crap on that. I don't care. Anyway, I'm glad to see people like you taking this in hand, Leo, you and Gaia. And my love to my little sister Gaia, my sweet sister Gaia, and my brother Leo. Love you guys. And my beautiful sister Lucid. And forgive me, I don't mean to sound religious or anything, but really I feel like we are a family. And I love my family. And you're always in my thoughts, really. I think of you all a lot. I mean, and I miss you, and I miss talking to you. I miss Pam, and I miss Etri, and I miss everybody. Yeah. I love you too. Cowboy will too. He'll whenever you meet Cowboy, I'm sure he will find you both fine. You know, it was funny because I had a person come over here that is helping me with something, and he just took to her immediately. He just went right over to her and wanted to be petted. And here she was an astrology. She was into astrology and all the same stuff. And looks like we're going to get along just fine. And she's going to be helping me with some stuff. So it was really cool. But he's a good judge of character. But my neighbor who was trying to fix me up with Mr. Three Time, he won't even come out from under the bed to see her. It's just the way it is. Yeah, you guys, you're still the best crew. And I don't care what anybody says. And I'm about to go off now because I got an art show that I'm hoping to get some stuff done for. So I've got to get working on that. But I really love to see you guys. And I'm so hoping that I can do this more often now, that things are finally quieting down so that I can do it. Thank you, Leo. Well, you know, it'll happen one day. I don't know exactly when, but things are going to happen. Things are going to rock and roll, and you know what that means. But I still think we can change things to where we're not going to get. There are going to be some of us that are just going to have to live through some stuff, and others of us that are going to be okay. And I've lived through all of this crap that happened. Jeez. I made it through all that. I made it through the old hood. My neighbor tried to scare me. She was trying to, there's a concert. Well, they shouldn't be having a concert out at Blossom Music Center. They shouldn't be having a concert. They're going to be spreading everything all over. They're going to be spreading disease, and it's a benefit concert. I think they should have it because they're going to be. And I'm like, I can't handle hearing any more of this. Okay. First of all, it's a benefit concert. People need to be out in the air. They need music. They need that in their lives. And second of all, I believe in herd immunity, because if herd immunity, somebody tried to say herd immunity has been discredited. I said, well, then how have we been alive for 300 billion years? They're now saying humans are 300 billion years old. Have existed in some form for at least that long, because I found artifacts that far back, from that far back. And I'm like, how do you think we've managed this long? Of course there's such a thing. We're not gone yet. We're not dead yet. We're not all dead. How could there not be? Yes, we are stronger than we all know. That is true. I miss you guys. Yeah. Oh, you got to hang with the Joy most of the night. Ah, that's cute, Rotman. Hey, Rotman, are they really do they really have the containment camps? Yeah, we were not taught to be powerful, really. But we've got to take the reins in our own hands and take up the power again, because that's the only thing that's ever going to work. Sitting around complaining about it ain't going to work. Doing something about it is going to work, even if it's even if it doesn't seem like you're that. People can make a difference. Just a lot of ones make up a bunch. Okay. Oh my God, Brotman. Why are you guys came from what, criminals originally down in Australia, and we thought that you would be by now having a revolution down there against all this stuff. We thought you'd be saying, oh, hell no, we won't go. I mean, we expected you guys to be the last ones they'd be able to pull the roundup on. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean about it, but I don't mean it like that, but I mean, geez, we were kind of counting on you to nip this thing in the bud so they don't try it on us, because I think they try it on you guys before they try it over here. But I know a lot of people over here that have said, hey, I've got my gun ready. Oh yeah, I want to see that, Ken. Let's see. Those same people, oh, I forgot I can do this. I can do this. Those same people that trained me in the Army for my medical training are now the same people who lie to us saying different things. Then they train us. How does that make any sense? Well, it doesn't. My point exactly. Anybody who knows how immunity works, anybody who has a real clue about how it works, none of this makes sense, you know? Like I said, back in the old days before we had that, the method was get it when you're young, get sick, get better, have immunity. That was all we had. But it worked well enough that we're still all here. So, Now, if it was strictly done in a good way, I think it'll work fine. There are some things that work just fine. It's just the way that it's being done that I'm really objecting to. And so does the guy who created the technology that they're using. He objects too. I think we should listen. Just saying. I just don't think it's being done right. And I think it's been done completely intentionally wrong. Sorry. That's my opinion. We ain't gonna take it, boom, 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 boom. Reminds me of Tommy, the motion picture. The French. Well, I would expect that from the French. Yeah, the chicken poxes. Yeah, me too. Yep, that's how we rolled in those days. That's how it was done. You just expected your kid was going to get measles, mumps, and chickenpox. That was it. As a kid, you were going to have that. They were called childhood diseases. You wanted your kid to have them in childhood so they wouldn't have them later on, because kids would get over it pretty easy. And that's just what we had. That's the way we rolled. That's the way it was. But people don't remember it. See, if all the old people die off, they won't remember that. Then they can tell you all kinds of things. I had my friend thinking that people die all the time from that. It's like they had him thinking that there were that they were burying people in mass graves in New York. I'm like, no. I have it right from somebody who's in New York. No. I mean, geez. They've got people terrified on purpose. And that lowers your immune system. So, no vacations. Right. No vacation for me. Not theirs anyway, not the kind that they're. See, once again, I believe there's a right way and a wrong way, and I believe they're doing it the wrong way. I believe they're doing it wrong, okay? I believe it could work if done correctly, but it's not. That's my objection. It's not being done correctly or for the benefit. It's being done malevolently. That's my objection. Okay, so just to be clear, and as long as there's a choice, I'm cool with that. There has to be a choice. But when somebody tells me they're going to go door to door, I hear a lot of people say, if they come to my door, somebody's getting shot, all right. Ain't going to be me, though. There are people who are so up in arms. They're already, I don't think it's going to go the way they think it's going to go. I don't think people are going to lie down as easy as they think. No, I don't think they're going to just lie down and take it. I think they're going to fight. And that's going to might get dicey here and there. I love you guys. Be safe. Don't get yourself involved with anything crappy. Not right now. We got too much riding on everything. Too much is riding on you who know better. Help other people know better just by dropping a word here and there. You drop a little red pill here and there. Don't overdo it because people can't handle it. Remember, they're so buried. Their consciousness is just so buried that they can't really grasp a lot of it. Right, research it. You lost all your guns in a boating accident. Wow, that sucks. Whew. Okay, I'm yawning. I'm gonna have to get up. I don't want to because I really want to talk to you guys some more. I don't really want to get off yet, but it's getting close to 1 o'clock. That's right. It's my story and I'm sticking to it, right? Oh, I just love you guys. There, yeah, just running from Bigfoot, right? Yeah, you were running from Bigfoot or Dogman. Yeah, I'm sorry. I saw Bigfoot and I just ran. I don't know where any of it is now. Ah, Bigfoot might be armed now. We don't know. Ah, Honey Island swamp creature. Maybe the Mothman is armed. Oh, I gotta tell you, I'm working with this place called Oddmall now, and it has all kinds of it. It has to be weird in order to get in there. It's an art place. It's like an art shop. And they have events and stuff, but it has to be weird to get in there. And I thought, is this place made for me or what? Okay. And there is a woman who, and I crochet, so I have to really appreciate this woman's way of doing this. She crocheted every cryptid from a Wendigo to a Mothman to a everyone. Bigfoot and Dogman and fairies and unicorns and even the weird ones, like I said, like a Wendigo. She's got a little cattle skull on a little. It's all crocheted little dolls. I got it. I'm like, oh right, I got some serious competition there. Oh my God. And they're like, I'm in the right place though. These people, I can relate to them. Because when I said, first of all, I believe they all exist because people report them all over the world. So I'm not going to call everybody in the world crazy, okay? That reported this crazy. And he says, I'm right there with you. Well, Mr. Shopkeep, I think we got some stuff in common. Because it was his wife that was making them. One of the people who works there, his wife makes those things. This is great. This is absolutely great. I love it. So I can make all kinds of cryptid stuff and sell it there. That'd be great. uh, so there are some good things happening. It's just we gotta hang on and stay alive until they happen. You know, you gotta just keep hanging on until the tumblers fit together right and the energy clicks and it goes. Yeah, something like that. I don't know about those sound effects, but it's something like that. That's right. I should make some cute, cuddly crocheted Cenobites. I think she made, is she the one that made the Jason? I think she made the little Jason doll and a Freddy. Somebody was making Freddy t-shirts. Yeah, all of that. Crazy humans. Well, my kitty cat, I'm sure he thinks so. He's so laid back, though. This is a laid back cat for the most part, but he's also very skittery. He's really weird. It's like when he's sitting there on the bed and he's all happy and nothing, nothing bothers him, and he'll roll over and let you pet his belly for hours. He doesn't care. He's just, oh yeah, everything's great. You make one wrong move and he'll just hide under the bed. He'll jump up and hide under the bed. Or the wrong person knocks on, he hears a knock on the door. It's the cops. No, no, he'll hear a knock on the door, and if it's the wrong person, he'll hide under the bed and not come out. He will eventually, once he knows who it is, he'll come out. Unless it's that person, then he won't come out. A little cat is perceptive. This same person has done a lot of strange things, so I think he's just very perceptive. Yeah, well, he did go through a lot. You made the same sound. That's funny. He did go through a lot. I mean, first of all, his other mommy did not know anything about cats. It was her first cat, so she knew nothing about how to take care of him, really. They had him on bad food, so he was being poisoned every day. And he was really, really lethargic and very, very, very chonky, and not a very happy cat. And his mommy died after her second vacation. And she contracted something that they could not fix. She literally pooped herself to death. How's that for a way to go? Oh, I know I've gotten something out of my system too, because food tastes good again. I didn't want to tell you guys about it, but I did go through that where I couldn't, things didn't taste right, things didn't smell right. For a long, long time, off and on, it was going back and forth. Now, finally, I can taste food again, and so on. And because I've cleared a lot of that. So now that it's clear, I can taste the food again. So it's reversible. This stuff is reversible. And that's what a shaman does, right? The healed healer. So, is the fuzz looking for the cat, right? Well, he's got a bit of a nip head. No, he's not. You know what? That's a weird thing about this cat. Sometimes I ask him, are you a cat? Really? Are you sure you're a cat? Because he doesn't react to catnip. And he doesn't react to that silvervine stuff that they say is even better than catnip. He doesn't react to any of that. He doesn't seem to know quite how to play with a toy. I guess they didn't have him. He does know how to get brushed. He'll move around so you can brush him. And he will roll over and turn his belly up to let me. And that's the first thing he did. He came in, he saw me in the doorway. I said, get up here and get a belly rub, cowboy. And he came right up and turned his belly up first thing and let me rub his belly. So he's a very perceptive judge of character, I guess. I miss drum circles, yeah. Hide the catnip. Yeah, he's weird. I will look at him sometimes. He acts so weird sometimes for a cat that I go, cowboy, are you sure you're a cat? You're not just you know, playing a cat in the Matrix. I'm not sure that's not a fact, though. He might be. He might not really be a cat. Or at least not the kind that we're used to. I have my theories about that. We'll talk about it another night. Yeah, I miss the drum circles. I miss going to. I used to like to go to Pagan Fest because they would always have drum circles and learning circles and just good food. I mean, they always had good food, interesting people. There would be drums all night. Some people would find that horrible, but I found it very comforting. Somehow I found it very comforting to have the drums going all night until morning. It never bothered me. I could sleep through it and feel very comfortable. Almost like a protection. So, yeah, I miss that. I used to go to the outdoor festivals. Not much of a raver, but it wasn't much for raves, although it was interesting. They were okay, but there's some things about them, you know. Things that I was a vendor, so I went to everything. I had been to every kind of thing for a while there. So, but you know, really, Pagan Fests were fun. Outdoors, everybody's kind of an outdoorsy type, you know. It's nice. Medieval fairs and Renaissance fairs and stuff like that. I used to love all that. I know. I did a sweat lodge. Oh my God. Me too, Lucid. And they said, well, you might, you know, it's like, no, it didn't happen for me. Or you might come crawling in, but you might come dancing out. And it's like, oh no. I had to recover from that. I had to recover from it. No. Yeah, I won't either. I'm sorry. Some people were just all about it and they're all into it and it's their thing in life. And it's like, I don't know what it is about me, but it just didn't work out for me at all. It's just not one of those things. And maybe it did have something, maybe I was just so toxic, you know? I don't know. Because, I mean, there were plenty of ways I was poisoned. I mean, including literally being poisoned. Yeah. Well, originally women didn't do sweat lodges anyway. It was totally for men. And women were never expected to do that. They would go to the black lodges with the women. They would go to the moon lodge because they would get all of theirs out by bleeding. That was the way they saw it. Okay. Okay, I love you guys. Yeah, oh gosh, it is late. It's almost 1. Yeah, I got stuff I got to do too. I love you. Night, Leo. Lucid, I'm going to miss you too until I come on again or till I see you again. And give your man an extra hug for me. That's so wonderful. I'm so happy about that. That's great. I got to figure out what I'm going to give you as a gift. Okay. Good night, sweetie. Okay, love y'all. Remember, this is Ocean Making Waves. Go out and make some too. Really now more than ever. And be kind to each other. We all need it now, right? Okay. The truth is where you find it. I hope you're finding some here. See you next time.